Hello, beautiful people. Welcome for joining in the Let Go Room. My name's Lisa, and today's class is really special for me. It's about connection and loneliness, and I feel like most of us at some point in our lives have felt that as a collective as well. And from my own experience, even though I was surrounded by children and friends and chaos most of the time, I still had this feeling, this disconnected feeling. Wasn't until I really looked at and lent into that feeling that I realized that I felt disconnected from myself, and that was bringing loneliness with it. So this class is really focused on bringing us back into ourselves and allowing space for any of those feelings to arise, just creating a safe space for ourselves and trying to soften the outside world, I guess, so that we can really come back to our core essence. And yeah, so let's get started. We're going to be doing some breath work just to really ground us into the space here. So it'll be an inhale for 4 and then an exhale for 6 as we really ground ourselves into this moment. So turn off your phones, lock your doors, find a beautiful space for yourself, any props that you might need to get comfy, and let's get started. So just finding your sit bones here on your mat or wherever it is that you are, and we're going to breathe in for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 6. Really squeeze out that air. Breathing in, count out 4 in your own breath, in your own spacing, which feels comfortable for you. And as you exhale out, just squeezing that stale air out. Let's continue on with our own breath, a few rounds, as we begin to withdraw the senses. Letting the outside noises become a little bit more distant. Finding a little bit of inner calm. Connecting into those deeper parts of ourselves, the ones that is usually distracted by all the noise. Let's take 2 more rounds like this. Breathing in, really puffing up the belly, filling up the lungs right up into the sternum. Exhaling, you can make it audible if it helps you, sigh it out. 1 more round. Exhaling out, really extending that exhale. Beautiful. All right, let's make our way around into child pose here. So sit bones making their way down towards the ankles. You can extend through the arms. Forehead makes its way down towards the ground here. So really opening up through the lower back. If that's tight for you, we can really press that heart center down. And even though it's tricky, let's try to puff out that belly here. One more deep inhale as we just begin to regulate that nervous system. We want to really connect with our breath here. And then coming up onto all 4s. Let's really drop through the belly here. Set our gaze up towards the sky. Really open those sit bones to the back of the room. Big, deep belly breaths here, connecting you to those internal organs. You might be holding some stress here in your gut, so really puff it out. And then we're going to arch through the body here, tuck the tailbone under, chin drops towards the chest. Really round out through the spine here, creating space in the vertebra. So drop any tension in your neck here. And let's roll back into child pose from here. Extending through those fingertips, ground them into the earth, into your mat. We're just going to go for a bit of a flow here. So let's breathe in. Coming up, dropping through the belly, looking up at the sky. Exhale, curling through the body and then rolling back into child. Let's take a couple of rounds here, breathing in. Deep and exhaling, rolling through the spine back into child. Let's take one more round like this as you breathe in. Gaze up to the sky. Exhale, back to child. Sit bones grounding into the ankles. Beautiful. Let's come up onto all fours. So we're just going to take our right leg out behind us and slide the body back. Coming into a little pigeon pose here. So we're just looking at really lengthening out through the lower back, releasing any tension if there's any tension or holding. Could be in your lower back, in your hips, could be feeling it anywhere. So let's just bring that breath into those tight parts of the body. Breathing in. Exhale, make your way back to center. Let's take left leg out behind us and slide on back. So this is going to look different and feel different for each side of the body. So just allowing your body to be where it is today. And those busy brains, let's just imagine those thoughts just coming and going. We can come back to them later after the class. Just allowing this time to connect back to ourselves. Beautiful. So let's roll back up. Then come down onto our bellies. Coming into a Sphinx pose here. So pressing my hip bones down, we want to connect through there. Hands are connecting into your mat as well. Elbows are underneath our shoulders. And let's just draw our body forward here. So really come up and out of the lower back. So really just counterposing that spine. So if there's any tension or holding there, let's just breathe it out. And try and imagine inhaling calm into our nervous systems. Feeling into our own bodies. Let's take left leg out next to us. We're just going to really try to press those hip bones down here, making a little square shape here with our legs. Again, let's draw our heart center forward here. Just imagine both of our hip bones down on the mat here. And one more inhale here. Exhaling, straightening the legs. Let's take right leg out to the side, make that little square shape. And again, try to drop those hips down here, connecting them to the ground, drawing heart center forward. It's really beautiful that you've created this space today just to give back to ourselves. We tend to be so busy in our lives that we don't really carve out time for what's most important, which is us. One more deep inhale. Amazing. Breathe it out. Let that stale air go. Let's roll onto our backs here. Just looking at that beautiful garden, soaking it up here. All right, let's draw those knees in towards the chest and just give yourself a really big hug here. You can bring movement in if that feels good for you, or find stillness, whatever your body needs. Again, drawing that breath into our bodies. And let's cross those legs over, take hold of our ankles, and then hug the knees in here. So if there's any more tension or holding in that spine, let's stretch it out. And cross the legs the other way, taking hold of the ankles, drawing them in. Again, just letting the external noise soften. Softening your gaze if that helps you to come back to just this moment. Just you, your practice. And let's release those soles of the feet down towards the mat. So if your fingertips can brush the back of your ankles here, that's cool. If not, whatever shape you're taking, we're just going to raise our pelvis up towards the sky. And you can kind of tuck your shoulders underneath you. So as we breathe, let's work out how far we can press that pelvis up to the sky, where your edge is, not pushing beyond your edge. Really puff out that belly. Let's take one more deep breath here. And exhale, just return one vertebra at a time and try to get that lower back onto the mat here. Amazing. Let's draw knees in towards the chest and let them drop out to the left. So taking my gaze and my right arm out, just having a beautiful twist here. Any last bit of tension or holding here in the spine. Taking your one deep breath. Return back through center. Hug those knees in before dropping them out to the right. Left hand can extend, and I'm just setting my gaze over there. I'm giving my neck a beautiful stretch here too. It's a really nice grounding class if you've only got a short amount of time. Just to bring you back, bring you home to yourself. Let's all take one more deep breath. Exhaling out so you can set yourself up for meditation here. Extending through the legs. You can place your hands on your heart if that feels good for you. Or just relaxing through the arms. You can find an eye mask. So we hold space for ourselves and just know that you're not alone in this journey. I think the collective We feel all of these things together. So let's settle yourselves down for a guided meditation. And just bringing awareness to the top of your head. And letting the crown of your head feel light and at ease. Soften the muscles in your forehead. Let's unclench your jaw. And imagine any tension melting into the surface beneath you. Allow a wave of release to travel down your entire body. And feel the support of the earth beneath you. With every exhale, tension is melting away. Every inhale, connecting you with your own inner calm, your own inner knowledge, your own inner strength. Now just noticing our breath. And know that you are held in this moment. Allowing yourself to soften into trust that this moment's enough. That you are perfect exactly as you are. Sensing the air around you. How it connects you to life, to consciousness. This air that surrounds the whole world. And sensing life as it's moving around you. The rhythm of life that turns the seasons, that moves the waves, that carries the stars across the sky. It's all present within you. We're not separate from this, we're part of it. We're part of the flow of life itself. So let's rest here in that knowing. Let's notice how our heart space feels. And letting these words land. I am connected. I am steady. I am a part of the flow of life. I belong to that. Let these words echo inside you. Let them become a part of your being. Now we're just beginning to return to the day or the night, wherever you are. Returning to the steady rhythm of life around you. Just noticing how your body feels and how your breath is. Noticing calm and a sense of connection within you. And know that you're returning more grounded, more connected to your own light. And thank yourself for showing up today, for allowing this delicious small moment with yourself. Thank you so much for joining in today. Keep shining your beautiful light.